ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to stand here today, but believe me, my heart bleeds with the manner in which a young, strong and dynamic youth are escaping poverty, lack of opportunities, misery from a blessed and beautiful continent. I thought it was only my beloved country, Afrokons, involved. But report from media outlet tells me our entire continent is involved and endangered. A brilliant and dynamic youth who are supposed to be the architect of our modern Africa are continuously deprived from the opportunities to partake in the development of their home countries. While the West, ladies and gentlemen, public wealth has been privatized only by a group of people who hold public offices and responsibilities and careless about the interest of the people they are supposed to serve. A gathering here, therefore, should take into considerations some of these heartbreaking scenarios that need our collective actions. We must empower our women in rebuilding our continent. And our youths are not supposed to be left behind. We all need a renewal of the mind in rebuilding our continent. We must work together. Despite our differences, despite our diversities, we must find a common goal, a common purpose to work together in making Africa a better place for its people, with its people, and by its people. Thank you.
Viva socialism, viva!
Viva!
Viva socialism, viva!
Viva!
Okay, comrades, at this juncture, we're going to give the floor to the Secretary General. Mr. Secretary General, you have the floor.
Amala!
Away!
Amala!
Away!
Power!
To the working class!
Power!
To the working class!
As Secretary General of the Youth Socialist Network, if there's one thing you know about me, it's objectivity towards my decisions. Last year, during the parliamentary elections, politicians came willing to offer us huge sums of money just for our votes, just to do campaigns for them. And what did we do? We said no. They went away with their money, but still won the election. This year, things will change. Every time we move around and we complain how poor we are, how powerless we are, how voiceless we are, but we push the opportunities away. Every year, the same politicians come to us with good stories in plain English. They are eloquent, they speak well. We put them in power, we give them those votes, and when they get to the top, they forget about us. They get hungry, just like their predecessors. They give the opportunities to their close family members. And we complain of poverty. But this year, things will change. We will take that money, we will take everything, because it is also our money, and we will serve them with all humility. Amala!
Away!
I said we will gladly take that money and serve them with all humility. Amala!
Away!
Amala!
Away!
Viva socialism, viva!
Viva!
Viva socialism, viva!
Viva!
A
Abash capitalism, abash.
Abash.
Abash bribery, abash.
Abash.
Abash corruption, abash.
Abash.
Fellow comrades, we all know that if there is one thing that has always constituted our integrity, it is the tolerance that we have here. We have always accepted, we have always tolerated and welcomed diverse opinions. But I tell you in all honesty that it would be a blow, a very big blow for us if we attempt to speak against things that counter our own vision as a socialist network. Words, sweet words like nectar can never satisfy your wants. Our parents have plight and predicaments there in the village. It is our own duty to satisfy them.
Don't lie to them. If you care about your parents, you take the money and help them. Stop lying to them.
Is that our vision as a socialist group?
Just like what is all you ever tell them?
Where is your conscience?
Because you are not different from those politicians.
Is our motto your greed?
We need that money. We are poor. Let us accept the fact that we are poor, because even we don't vote for them, they will still get into power.
And is that our motto? Fellow comrades, that is against our vision. Are you of his own opinion? Are you of his own opinion?
No.
I distance myself against the standpoint of the Secretary General. Don't you need money? Look at you, You are poor. Who needs money? Who is with me? Who is with me? Is there only one courageous person here? I said, who is with me? Viva socialism, viva!
Viva!
Viva socialism, viva!
Viva!
Viva socialism, viva!
Viva!
Abash capitalism, abash!
Abash!
Abash bribery, abash!
Abash!
Abash corruption, abash!
Abash!
Hello, madam. This is New Generation Television. The party you created 2 years ago will be confronting its first challenge in the presidential race. This is actually the first in the history of Afrokons to see a woman competing with men. Now tell me, how do you intend to challenge them at the ballot box?
Thank you very much, ma'am. In my opinion, it's no longer the question if it's a male or woman competing. The question and this debate took place 1,000 years ago. Women have equal potentials like men, and God created men and women equal, remember? It's rather unfortunate that we have very few women in positions of authority, talk less, in positions where they have to make decisions. I'm talking about politics. We have very few women in politics. And these women have so much of potentials and God-given gifts and skills to govern the Afrokons. I believe with this much determination that we are getting there with the people, and they are voting me to serve them as the leader they have been desiring. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, madam. Politics is heating up in Afrokons with women stepping up their game. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you did have a great time.
Your Excellency,
Stay tuned for the next edition.
the more we think this woman can do,
Welcome to this special edition of
the more people rally behind her.
We are broadcasting live.
Well, my minister, you see, this issue is something that is already within mastery. We have mastered this thing for some time. They normally do the voting. We do the counting. Remember, this is the sovereign state of Afrokons, and I remain the president.
Yeah, Your Excellency is right. But let's think of a bigger picture.
My minister, you see, the only bigger picture we know is that we control everything. We do the programming of the electoral machinery, and that is how we have been
Functioning
for the past years now. We've been making progress.
Your Excellency has
Who
a
is she?
point.
She will make her own progress and meet our own progress.
You definitely have a
Period.
point.
Yes.
But Your Excellency, that notwithstanding, we still need to work harder. In fact, let us work as if we didn't control the machine.
Yeah, you are making a point. We just need a sham to convince the world. Meanwhile, I remain the indisputable natural winner
of the elections.
Youth of today. It is a privilege for me to be here and spend quality moments with you. But before I continue, I want to appreciate the authorities of this school who understand the importance of mind transformation in the rebuilding process of our great nation, Afrokons. A contemporary politicians say that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. But I say that the youth are the leaders of today. And for the youth to properly assess the leadership of today, we have to work with the mind. What a mind can conceive, that we can achieve. I visited some villages, and the young people in these villages do not have the same access that you have. No schools for them, no hospitals, no waters. The basic needs of every Afrokonite is practically forgotten. And because of that, this is a time where we want to empower you, we want to support you, we want to give you the necessary tools that you need to be the great leaders that we want you to be. We want the change, and we are for the change. We want to change the systems and the structures. And that all is possible if we begin with a change of the mindset. Imagine yourself to be that leader of today, and you had 2 chances and to make just 2 decisions. One of them, tell of your expectations, what you expect from the Afrokonite government. And the second is to provide possible solutions. We brought with us pens and papers. In this piece of papers, I want you to write down your expectation from the Afrokons government. And I want you on the other side to write down your dreams for this great nation, to make this great nation great again. I trust in your ability to reflect, to strategize, and to take actions. And all that which you are going to write, we are going to implement if I am elected as an Afrokon leader and your president. Long live Afrokonites. Youth of today. Youth of today.
Hey girls, have you heard the latest news in town?
What news are you talking about?
Oh God, I told you to be up to date. When you do this, I feel a type. Actually, I don't like it, please. This is the last time I'm going to tell you any gist.
Just tell us that she's a Becky.
So you want to tell me you haven't heard about our new female president?
I beg, that woman, she's so daring. I so hate her guts. In fact, she doesn't know her place again. She wants to come and save us. She wants to save this city.
Wow.
She doesn't know her place again. In the kitchen.
Kitchen?
Yes.
Why are you giving me that look?
For God's sake, what's this politics of the thing all about? The fact that I'm in the world doesn't mean I'm of the world. Let those who want to vote go and vote. Just let me be, I'm not interested.
Please, we even forgot about
Seriously,
you.
I
Seriously,
don't know
girl, what do you think about this?
My dear, she's a great woman.
Oh.
Yeah, I so much admire her. And I really wish to be like her, if not for the fact that I didn't go to school. But I will vote for her, and I encourage other women to vote for her.
Anyways, let me tell you, my sole interest is the money.
No wonder.
Ask me why and I'll tell you.
Why?
Okay. They have a lot of money. If they pay me, I will vote for them and even get others to vote for them. Our natural president, he pays me, I vote for him. The woman pays me, I get people, they vote for her, I vote for her too. So I need that money. I want to better my life. This is not where I'm supposed to be.
This
Seriously.
lady, hope of a woman, she cannot win. Now we already have a natural winner. And we all know.
Please.
A woman cannot rule the city. See, you three are saying the same thing and I don't want. Please, I beg, I'm out.
Please, ladies. Yeah, it's really funny. So you take yourself that low.
A woman has never ruled the city. Please.
Let's start now, my dear.
See, thank God you said you didn't go
in
to
your
school.
work.
That's why I will take that as a mistake.
I don't want
okay?
to take it as an insult.
It is not an insult, it is the fact.
The Minister of Public Health and wife, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my wife and I are very happy to inaugurate one of our gigantic structures that we recently bought in the United States of America. You know, in my political career, and at the same time, the senator, I must have structures of this caliber to make everybody know the type of politician that I am. The structure that you see in the center of the USA is a 5-story building that I intend to make it a 5-star hotel.
It's beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you will find a big gym, a swimming pool, magnificent rooms, and so on and so forth. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to accompany me to celebrate this wonderful political achievement. And in that light, I'm going to call on my son, my political son. Please come and pop this champagne for us today.
Wow, that's great.
With the power bestowed upon me by my political father, His Honorable Senator, I'm gonna make this real quick. I'm gonna pop this in your honors.
Wow, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Wow, this is so wonderful. Honestly. Wow. We have to. United States of America, man.
Hip, 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 hip.
Hooray!
Sound is not euphoric at all. Maybe those are enemies of progress.
fulfill your promise. Honorable, fulfill your promise.
Fulfill.
Honorable, fulfill your promise. Honorable, fulfill your promise.
Today. Hey.
Honorable, fulfill your.
What are the youths of Afrokons doing in my compound uninvited when I have important guests here?
Honorable, we greet you. Our presence here means no harm, but we wish to find out whether you are the same honorable that this constituency truly voted for.
Yes.
What
an embarrassing question is that? First of all, why do you ask that question?
We heard that you bought an expensive house in a foreign country, while we all know that you have no extra job to give you such an amount to buy a house of 5 billion Afrokonite cowries. While we have no roads, no hospitals, no well-equipped schools for our brothers and sisters, and most of us here are graduates without jobs.
Nothing. Honorable, during your political campaigns, you promised us so much. You promised us better infrastructure, good health, employment. We voted for you wholeheartedly, hoping that you were going to bring us change. Sir, let me ask you this question. What have you done? What have you done about your promises? Except for the small village bridge you started constructing and could not even finish, sir. Now that presidential elections have started, you want to come and bribe our parents with salt, oil, just to buy their future. Honorable, why? Why?
Hey, young man, listen to me, and listen good. Am I the Minister of Employment or Minister of Public Works that you now come to my compound asking for good roads, hospitals, schools and whatsoever? Am I the minister?
Mr. Honorable, were you the Minister of Public Works then when you were promising us this?
Oh yes! Were you the Minister of Public Works?
Take it! Were you? Get out of here! Leave my compound! Security!
Is this man normal?
Security!
Is it normal? Honorable, fulfill your promise.
Fulfill!
Honorable, fulfill your promise.
I salute to now, Mommy and Papa them. I've been very, very happy for the phone I missed. The last time we'll be happy say we'll be start up some project, the chicken and fowl project. The purpose will be start that project and say we want help the community, reduce poverty. So I don't come again today so that more will see again. And especially, I know say election they come small time. And I want to say all women the way they live for year. I really want to encourage una because now una be backbone for this country. If una say yes, all thing go work. But if una should don't, I don't get problem with man them. But if una just should don't, they go just take all decision the way go favor una and this work where una they do. So I don't come today again for encourage we. Say una continue that una good work where una they do. And if una need anything, una remember say we there for una back. We go support una as una they also support the community. Una don't hear my sister them. Mama Mia and Papa una don't understand. I pray say una make use of una voting right. Now una right. The only place where una fit bring change for this country. Now for use that vote where you get that. So no man no fit take am for you. But if you no use them, you don't indirectly use them. I pray say una go vote for me since election they come small time. And as I don't talk, if anything they make sure so una contact me so that more continue the good work we una don't start. Una get any question?
Yes, I got a question. We're supposed to remove this dirty all the time. But now since we get difficulties to move the dirty, this foul them not go affect the foul them as dirty the inside so.
Thank you very much for that question. I want to suggest say since we get other mommy the way they did the other side for village and they work in Jama farm, we fit pour them or we fit carry them go give them. So it go be like natural fertilizer for that mommy their farm. When una vote for me, una use that una voting right. When una don't vote,
We, me and Una, will go join hands together, bring that change, walk that route. Now our desire that. Okay? God bless Una.
Hello televiewers, my name is Melissa and you are tuned into your favorite TV program, The Presidential Barometer, running straight from Afrokons' #1 information powerhouse. Here, we bring you updates of the activities of presidential hopefuls as well as an analysis of what these candidates are doing during this campaign period. This time around, we open up our page with Mrs. SILA APISEH, who has been waxing well as hustling for voters to support her. But this is where the breaking news comes in. The Minister of Communication accuses Mrs. SILA of having bribed students with pens and books. A heavy blow indeed for hope. If you doubt me, check out what the minister said himself.
This woman is crazy. Imagine she took pens and books to students, convincing them to vote for her. Someone needs to tell Mrs. SILA that things are not done that way. How can she? This is bribery and corruption she's taking to students who are not even of the voting age. This cannot be tolerated. And any school that will welcome her again, the head of state will instruct the Minister of Secondary Education to close down those schools. I have one advice for her. If she is confused already, let her go and form a coalition to go confront the head of state, who is the incumbent.
This was the reply from Hope of Afrokons Socialist Party. Check it out.
No amount of distractions from the minister will stop us from attaining our goals. We will educate, we will empower every young boy and girl of Afrokons to understand the importance of their voting rights. Then we will teach them to understand their responsibility in nation building. This we owe our people.
So tell me, are you going to your country for holidays?
Sophia, napenda.
Kwa nini unakataa wakati nchi yangu?
You don't understand. I'm a political refugee.
Please. I'm sorry. It's funny. I've never known you to be interested in politics, so why then a political refugee?
You know, I've never explained my story to you. I grew up in a village so rich in forest resources. But unfortunately, the school children never had benches even to sit and learn, because the political class was exporting the timber from our forest. They told us that the healthy timber is for the government. We never had potable water. We never had good health facilities. There came a time for senatorial elections. The politicians of the leading party announced they're coming to our village. I rallied some youths, and when they came, we chased them away. The next day, a group of armed soldiers were sent after us. We were alerted and we had to run away that same night to an unknown destination. And that's how I find myself here. Imagine me being chased out of my country.
Samahani. Okay, samahani. Sorry.
Oh, Mr. Simo, you're welcome to my office.
Thank you, madam.
How are you today?
Well, I'm good.
Have a seat, please.
Thank you so much.
What can I offer you?
Well, I'm okay. I'm fine. Don't bother yourself.
Okay. I've been informed that you are the president of the Youth Socialist Network and that there is no one that competes with you when it comes to mobilizing young people, right?
That's right. You're correct.
The situation in our country is really, really devastating. We have young people that are migrating from our country to other countries. We have a lot of women that are really hopeless. And we have many, many young persons without any possibilities of getting jobs, even in this country. And I'm very sure that you're aware of the fact that I want to candidate for the presidential elections. I will need your support. What do you think? What's making you laugh?
Well, madam, honestly, the veracity of it all is that there are so many people who come my way, and I believe that they are God sent. But politicians who come my way, I believe they are the oracle of evil.
What? Do you mean that I'm an evil woman? Mr. Simple, I have 3 daughters, and my desire for them is that one day they understand that Africans belongs to us all, and that they have the possibility to govern this country, make decisions. I have been a young person like you, and I've understood and felt the pains of despair, of lack of purpose, and of course, lack of opportunities. That's the reason why I'm going in for this.
Well, madam, it's not all about sentiments. We hear these stories every day. But the truth is that politicians before elections are like chameleons. But one can never predict the next color they will take. Immediately they have their way. Their id overrides the superego.
Oh yes, bring them in. Bring them in. You're already here.
Yes, Honorable.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Please do have a seat. You look good ever since you left the YSN. And what about these two? Were they part of that mob that came to my house the other time?
Yes, they were there, being misled by their president.
Anyway, it's not a topic for our discussion today. Gentlemen, like we discussed the other time, the president needs the support of all the youths in this constituency. We have to support him. And if we do that, his appointment pen will not fail to write down our names when the time comes. You know, there's always a good package for a job well done.
Honorable, let me start by apologizing for foolishly joining the crowd that went to your house to protest. Yeah. In fact, if the head of state is serious, he should consider himself re-elected, because I will do everything within my reach to maintain him in power.
Honorable, as for me, I can even kill just to see the president remain in power.
These are the type of people that I want.
You see, in the whole of my family, only my uncle, just one person, had the opportunity to work with the government. And for over 20 years of service, He was never promoted even to the post of a labor master. So I shouldn't see an opportunity like this and I let it pass by.
Gentlemen, there's a package of 2 million Afrokonites cowries for you. This will facilitate your work. What you need to do is go out there, canvass for votes. The president must stay in power.
Yes.
He must stay in power and appoint us. Is that okay?
Honorable, first of all, I would like to thank you for this opportunity you have given us. And as you all know, I'm a man of very few words but much action. So, if I'm to say something here, I'll only be giving a testimony. Since I left YSN, my life has changed.
It is quite evident.
If I'm here, I'm just here like a shepherd to guide the lost sheep into the fold. And as you know, like our people say, when your brother climbs a kola nut tree, be ready to eat healthy kola nuts.
You are an intelligent boy. And like I said, please, you guys should make sure that every single youth of this community votes for Incumbent. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
This regime is barbaric, unjust, corrupt, wicked, and suicidal, even to its youth trying to make earnings.
But we can't leave our people in the same bondage. For how long? We need to provide alternative solutions. They live in so much fear and desperation.
Look, SILA, let's be realistic. I mean, I can't fight for something and die for nothing. Remember, not all battles are worth fighting for.
I know. I'm a little disappointed at the way you see things now. Remember, you're a refugee. And I'm not so sure that it's very well with you where you are.
I understand you perfectly well.
Right.
I am an advocate of change and you know that. Imagine me escaping my own country for fear of being killed. I mean, what crime did I commit? If not chasing corrupt senators from my village.
You didn't commit any crime at all. The more reason we should work together, plan together, we should strategize together. Our people need us so that we can win this battle for the last time.
Hey, His Excellency.
sweetheart.
Your darling.
Oh, missed you. How are you?
Miss you too, darling.
How's your day?
I'm fine.
Officer, drop what you have in your hands with you.
Oh, sorry, officer. So sorry. I was concentrating on my husband. Hope you're fine.
No problem, madam. I understand. I am fine, thank you.
Remember, we have to be early tomorrow morning.
So what time should I come, Your Excellency?
7 a.m. prompt. Good night.
I will be there, Your Excellency. Goodbye and good night to you all.
Darling, I was so worried. What took you that long?
Oh, nothing to worry about, my dear. The head of state was going out of the country for a medical checkup. You know, he thought it wise to do it before elections and equally to celebrate his re-elections in good health.
Honey, is he always obliged to carry all his cabinet ministers to the airport when he's going for his medical treatment abroad?
Oh, that's what obtains, my dear.
Now I have 2 worries.
Okay.
First, why don't we have standard hospitals in this country? Honey,
yes.
Did you talk about re-election?
Oh.
Baby, how do you know he'll be re-elected? Meanwhile, elections has not been conducted yet.
It has always been this way, my dear.
Huh?
All the government administrators, all the civil servants are obliged to register and vote for him. Secondly, we have never had any serious opposition in this country. But for this year, that SILA APISEH is coming up very strongly. But as you know, her party is still very young. As for the hospital, my dear, let's not talk about that one now.
This is serious. This country is really sick.
That is thoughtful of you. As you know, we should not discuss politics at home. Is that okay?
It's okay, darling. Come to think about it, let me go just make some good food for us. Meanwhile,
Did you follow the last report of UNICEF? 4,000 Afrokons die yearly in the Mediterranean Sea in search for greener pastures out of our country. The situation at hand is very discouraging. Our young people are helpless. The mothers, women are really yearning for change. Elections are coming up, and I suggest we work together to bring the change we owe our country, our people. What do you think?
Indeed, we do. But I don't support the idea that my party should go under yours in a coalition.
I understand your opinion. But we've gained international recognition. We have been working with mothers in the villages over the years. We've been working with women, with young people. Afrokonite young people are politically alert. This will be the moment to work together to bring the impact in the next coming elections.
Of course, we should. But you just created your party last year, which means you are just a Johnny just come in the game. And as a matter of fact, it will be humiliating for my party to submit to yours.
Why did you get into politics? I thought you had the people at heart. Or you don't want to change and save the country?
Of course, I want to save our country, but not under a woman. It will be humiliating for my party to submit to yours.
You get it all wrong. Why is it so threatening for men when a woman steps into the pitch?
This is not feminism. This is politics. And there is no way I can go down for a woman to rise. I wouldn't want to get into any coalition with anybody who would not want me to lead. Power is sweet. And nobody wants to give it away as easy as that. Can you understand?
Oh no, I can't understand.
The President of the Republic.
You may be seated.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for responding to this call. As you all know, the elections are very close. And as usual, we need to coordinate and mobilize our efforts to the fullest, actually. It is very true, you have always seen that I am the natural winner of all my elections I organize. Our children are growing smarter and smarter. They need our cooperation. We need to move at least fast enough so that they will be able to know where they are going to. They need a direction. Each and every person holding a position in the ministry should be given a task and identify all those who are recalcitrant or reluctant to stand behind us so that we'll replace them as soon as possible. We don't have time. Please, as you are going out for campaigns, this is not friendship. try to eradicate any kind of friendship somebody wants to give to you. It might not be friendship the person wants. So please, we are out to look for the only possible means we can extend our mandate, because we have been tied down with a lot of threats and rivalries this time, especially from a woman. Please, I'll leave you while you deliberate over issues to follow up some other meetings with some political juggernauts who are coming up for the same purpose. Thank you very much. Okay.
Oh, my angel. How was your day?
Tiring.
Oh. Well, as you can see, I was so busy in the kitchen.
Thank you. Like usual. How was the day?
Oh, you know, when I was growing up, my mother taught me how to cook. And each time, my dad reminded me that there are such days in one's life.
And you've been doing it so well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
As you can see, there is salad already.
I've seen that already.
So that I want that we should live in an exemplary family.
I know, honey. All the same, I think we really need someone to help now that I'm very occupied.
Oh, really? When I do these things, I really feel at home. I love that all what we preach, at least we should show an example.
Thank you so much.
Oh. So there is salad and there is some fruits here, you know, and it's almost ready. Yes. Let me see. I just take this. Just
thank you.
Just take some and this.
Abash colonialism, abash!
Abash!
Abash capitalism, abash!
Abash!
Abash bribery, abash!
Abash!
Fellow comrades, it is no news to anyone what our Secretary General and a group of other unpatriotic members of this association have done to us. But we have always cautioned that as reformers, as revolutionaries, and most of all as socialists, that we should always value and give priority to a collective interest and not priority to personal interest.
Yes!
Oh, yes. Those who toil and moil for the wealth of this nation do not enjoy. Now that is our Secretary General. A man who was supposed to uphold the tenets of our association, romancing capitalists. Bad leaders who are the reason why our people suffer. I honestly think that he is not worthy to become a member of this association, talkless of occupying such a vital post as Secretary General. Fellow comrades, we are in a journey We're on a journey in search of our future, in search of the future of our country. And this is not the time for us to babysit this kind of attitude. Fellow comrades, #Comrade SILA! #Comrade SILA! She is our choice, and that's final.
Hello televiewers, my name is Melissa and this is New Generation Television, sampling straight from the streets of Afrokons. This time around, we went out to sample the opinions of citizens about the upcoming elections. Do follow us because we have a lot in store for you. Come with me. Hello sir, this is New Generation Television. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us your opinion about this year's upcoming elections in Afrokons?
Thank you. My name is Roland and I believe so strongly in the young and strong famous SILA APISEH of the ASC party. I think she has been so dynamic, and in her policies we see a lot of promising things she's bringing up. In the former years we hear of this and that, which are things that are not unrealizable. This time around she has brought us to the ground level because she has gone down to the root, to the villages and to the layman to understand our problems and our situations in this country.
What do you think about the elections that are coming?
I'm actually gonna vote for the IPP because I think they have like everything that takes to make Afrokon a better place tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much. And you, do you hold the same opinion with her?
No. I am in support of SILA. She's a virtuous woman. When I look at her, she's a role model. If she wins, she's going to realize her objectives.
The incumbent is going to carry the day because he is the only one that has mastered the political atmosphere of this country, and he has pulled a large crowd behind him. So he's going to take the day.
My name is Mary. I believe Mama SILA's go win because at least he don't come out like woman way he get the power for row and he go row we country go better.
Oh, thank you very much.
Dear listeners, welcome to your favorite program on your favorite radio, Freedom FM. Controlling the machines this day is your man, Abdul, and at the mic, your humble servant, myself, Ponsa. With me this day in the studio, we have special guests, the president of the Youth Socialist Network, the Secretary General of the Youth Socialist Network, and the Chief of Operations at the Afrokons Elections Board. Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
I begin with you, Mr. Secretary General of the Youth Socialist Network. What ignited the fire between you and your president seated here?
Thank you, Mr. Journalist. Hello, radio listeners. As Secretary General of the Youth Socialist Network and as a member, I will with all certainty say that nothing important transpired. We here all know that the Youth Socialist Network operates under democratic principles. Each and every member is entitled to their civic rights and political choices. I see nothing wrong in what I did. I was only expressing one of those rights and duties as a citizen of Afrokons. Tell me, what is wrong in supporting a God-given leader, an ordained president, a man who has for 25 years not only been the president of Afrokons, but the father of each and every citizen? Is it a taboo?
That sounds persuasive. Now, Mr. President, after having listened closely to your closest collaborator, your comrade, one would think that the two of you share the same opinions, but that is not the case. Would you say this is a manifestation of democracy and tolerance in the Youth Socialist Network?
First of all, greetings to all our listeners out there. I would just want to say that tolerance and democracy can never be related to egoism and an enlarged appetite for ill-gotten wealth. They are not bedfellows. Permit me to make an analogy to a watchdog. A watchdog that decides to negotiate with a thief who breaks into a house and steals meat simply because it is hungry. We cannot partner with such people. My fellow comrade seated here is not driven by his own conscience, but is extrinsically motivated by the cash these state thieves shower on him, which they have amassed for themselves. Let me tell you in all honesty that elections are drawing near, and we do not need a leader that cannot stand the test of time. We need a leader who can bring hope to the people of Afrokons, who can adhere to their plight and predicaments, a leader who can reinstate that hope that is already despairing. That is a leader we want. And if we want all of this to happen, then Comrade SILA is the best we have, and we will support her.
Intriguing indeed. I love the way you sound. Let's wait and see what the future holds. I turn to you, Mr. Chief of Operations at the Afrokons Elections Board, AEB. Can you assure us that the AEB will organize free and transparent elections? For this is one thing the Afrokonites are concerned about.
Thank you, Mr. Journalist, for giving me the opportunity to clarify our listeners out there on how prepared we are to conduct these elections. Honestly, I think the Afrokons Election Board is doing its best to organize a free and fair elections in Afrokons. I believe that AEB is going to interpret only the language that will be spoken by the Afrokonites themselves to the ballot boxes. We are fortunate this time around that we have international observers who are coming in to reinforce the credibility of our elections this year. Therefore, I do not think that AEB would like to stand on the wrong side of history where it will be recorded.
Welcome back. From the images we have seen, it is evident that Mrs. SILA has pulled a surprising crowd for herself this week. Seated by my left is the Minister of Interior Affairs, representing the Afrokons Democratic Alliance. Once more, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you, madam.
And I have by my right the chairperson and flag bearer of the IPP. You're once more welcome to the show, sir.
It's all my pleasure, madam.
And finally, we have Mrs. SILA APISEH of the ASP. You're welcome once more, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I'll begin with His Excellency. Can you please tell us, sir, what plans of hope does the ADA have for Afrokons? But before you begin, I'd like to remind our viewers that the ADA is the party of the incumbent president who has been in power for 25 years now. Over to you, sir.
Well, thank you, madam, for giving me this opportunity to talk about our party, the ADA, and to talk about the incumbent, His Excellency, the chairperson. Look, madam, before his incumbent took our power, this country has never known development as it has now. Our main objective is to make sure that we accelerate with development and make sure that the living conditions of the citizens improve. I bet with you that nobody can challenge the fact that since we came to power, things have changed in this country. You can see it for yourself. Look at the development.
Wow. So, Mrs. SILA, you heard him. You heard him talk about the development that his regime has brought to the country. So tell us, in your opinion, do you think it's actually necessary for Afrokons to flush out the current regime?
Yes, ma'am. Our people are suffering. Our young people lack perspectives. Our young people are dying in the Mediterranean Sea in search of greener pastures in other countries. Yes, there is a need for change. The system needs to be changed. And we have prepared a program for our women
to empower our women to have and take responsibility to build this country. For our young people, we want to sensitize them that they understand the right to vote, that they understand how important it is to sit in those positions to make policies. And that's why, yes, we think that we need a new system. It admires me when His Excellency talks about development. In the villages that we went, most of the women and mothers and grandparents there do not even remember the name of the president.
Wow, you all heard them. It is left on you now to decide. Is the country developed enough to satisfy you? Or do you think there are still those villages in this same country who do not even know who the president is? The choice is yours. We will now turn to the chairperson of the IPP. Sir, can you please tell us, what are your targets for this year's elections? And what plans do you have for Afrokons?
Thank you, Madam, for having me on this platform. As an opposition party, I would say the IPP, Integrity People's Party, has made a lot of strides, going from one challenge to another. But unfortunately, insufficient financial resources have not permitted us to do things the way we should be doing them. By the way, I beg to differ with Madame Apise, who a while ago said that there are places in the country where they don't even know the name of the head of state.
So are you saying that she is lying?
A party leader who doesn't know the name of the head of state of our country?
What does the name bring to our people?
What an embarrassment. Do you know that I can lose my privileges? How can I give you 5 million Afrokonite cowries and you're not even able to mobilize up to 30 people? Can you explain this?
Honorable, the minister was supposed to call us before he gets here, but he just bumped in here like a bullet, expecting us to create magic.
Oh, after the mismanagement and poor organization, you have the effrontery to stand in front of me and talk this? Do you know that the minister can throw you into the dungeon without you even committing a crime? Do you know that?
Honorable, please, he hasn't gotten to that. I've been mobilizing people to the best of my abilities, and we have been using digital space to talk. Right now, we've actually prepared envelopes and the task force to ensure that everyone votes for no other person but the president. Honorable, without mincing words, you and I need the president to remain in power so that we'll continue benefiting from the national cake.
Do you know that the minister is already angry? Anyway, we just have to be calm. But the president must win in our constituency. After the elections, know if we did our job or not.
We are finished. In fact, we are completely finished.
His Excellency, yours is even better. No one, I mean no one, even the Minister of Finance, no one welcomed him. Can you imagine that?
Can you imagine that I've been sitting here for the past hours? I've been ringing the president's line, but he's not picking. What is going on?
The worst one, the entire diaspora community is giving their support to the African Socialist Party. I don't know where we are heading to.
What even irks me is that I told the president that the way this woman was coming up, we needed to do something, but he wouldn't listen. He won't see into the future. See where we are.
Talking about this woman, it seems this woman has poured charm on people. Because the way this woman is going, we are finished.
No, we cannot be finished now. Look, you are a minister. What do we do? Where do we move to from here? Do something, think, do something. You know, we are crushed.
His Excellency, everyone has a weak point.
Correct.
I know what I'm going to do.
Better do it all.
Give me the benefit of doubt.
Be fast about it, be quick.
I know what I'm going to do.
It is our government, it is our regime.
Your Excellency, I won't tell you a lie. The number of voters registered this year is unimaginable.
This is not time to be scared, Mr. Director. Remember, we have been on this for many years now.
Your Excellency, she is a hard nut to crack.
Then, this is the time you have to prove your expertise, Mr. Director. You know very well that if that woman wins this election to become president, you and many others will surely go to jail.
I will need your advice, Your Excellency.
You need my advice, Mr. Director. After all we've been through with this process, you still want me to give you a word of advice. You know the status quo and its constitutional implications. Don't you?
Your Excellency, you know these elections will be monitored by external bodies. What do we do about them?
When a visitor visits you, you are the one who decides what he sees and what he shouldn't see. This is what you've been doing on and off again, isn't it? Okay, I think this discussion is over.
Thank you.
Keep up with your mentality and what you used to do. Thank you. I'll get back to you. Okay. Wish you luck.
Thank you.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Primetime Newscast with me, Mbile. Top on our agenda, the husband of one of our presidential candidates, Mrs. SILA APISEH, has been arrested as he was found with counterfeit in his car. He is currently in police custody. Worth mentioning that he is the reason behind the post his wife made on Twitter, and I quote, "I will not give up no matter the blackmail," end of quotes. On to other stories, the director of Afrokons elections body has assured Afrokonites in a press conference that everything is set for a free and transparent elections. International observers have equally appealed on Afrokonites to be responsible in performing their civic rights. They have also ensured that elections in Afrokons will be free and fair.
Sophia, Afrokonites have suffered. They've been suffering for a long time. They need change. You need to help me.
Lucas, it's an uphill task, considering the fact that Afrokons is a sovereign state.
Would you like me to see our flag bearer suffer because of the arrest of her husband? You need to do something.
What I'm trying to say is this. Afana cannot do anything as an ambassador. But I'll see what I can do about it. I'll just try.
Okay.
No promises.
That's why
I'm a socialist.
That's why
I'm a socialist. That's why I'm a socialist. I'm a socialist. I'm a socialist.
Viva socialism, viva!
Viva!
Viva socialism, viva!
Viva!
Fellow comrades, the reason I have convened this extraordinary executive meeting is obvious. And it is very funny that at the eve of elections, the husband to our flag bearer is arrested. Comrades, we are unstoppable. I said we are unstoppable. We have to give Comrade SILA hope tomorrow. We have to demonstrate the power of the people. I tell you, even if Comrade SILA were the one arrested, we would have voted for her in detention. Fellow comrades, she is our choice. Hashtag
Comrade SILA.
Hashtag
Comrade SILA.
She is our choice, and that is final.
Afrokons Socialist Party. Afrokons Socialist Party. Afrokons Socialist Party.
Afrokons Democratic Alliance. Afrokons Democratic Alliance.
Integrity People's Party.
Afrokons Socialist Party. Afrokons Socialist Party.
Afrokons Democratic Alliance. Afrokons Democratic Alliance.
Afrokons Socialist Party.
Integrity People's Party.
Afrokons Socialist Party.
Excellency, the number of Afrokonites out there celebrating Mrs. SILA's victory is unimaginable. I don't know what is happening. What do we do with our resources?
Now, listen, Mr. Minister. I remain the natural president of my country. A woman can never defeat me in power. Whether she wins the elections or not, that is not my business. And I can only give power when I want. That is why I'm a president.
Your Excellency, the Chief of Communication is here and he says he has a message for you.
Okay, let him hear.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Yes, what's your message?
Your Excellency, it is rather confidential.
Okay, Mr. Minister.
Your Excellency, I received a rather disturbing news this afternoon. The chair of the African Union Commission called and said they are already aware the election wasn't in your favor. And he also said that they expect you to humble yourself and respect the vote of the Afrokonites.
Your Excellency, the Chief of the European Union Commission is on hold for you.
No way! Go away! Tell him that the sovereign state of Afrokons is not for sale, and Afrokons is not part of the European Union. Give me a break!
In good faith, let us ensure that all our deliberations are directed towards helping to save the dignity of Africa and its people. To all of us here from over 50 countries, we cannot allow our continent to be disgraced by the wickedness of bad leaders who have auctioned our integrity and killed the respect we have as African people.
Your Excellency, what brings you to my house? Am I expecting your usual response following the results of the elections?
My dear, your resilience and commitments in the transformation of minds of Afrokonites have killed my foes. And it's high time I learn my lesson.
And you now understand the influence of a woman?
Not only the influence, but also the value a woman has in the transformation of minds. I humbly congratulate you as the president-elect of Afrokons. Yes.
Thank you, His Excellency.
I deeply apologize, and I think you deserve it, madam.
Thank you, His Excellency.
Thank you.
Dear Afrokonites, if we still question the ability and the potentials of women to influence sustainable development and nation building, today is your answer. If anyone still doubts that in Afrokons all things are possible, including positive changes, then today marks the beginning of a new era. Afrokonite, young Afrokonite, women of Afrokons, thank you very much for trusting me your vote. I want to appreciate the outgoing president who has extended his hands to change. Time and chance happens to all Afrokons. It is just a question of when. Change must come. A series of lies have been told through school systems, religious structures, political systems, cultural and traditional norms and rules to limit the potentials of the Afrokonite women and young people, thus stopping sustainable development. The Afrokons have been taught to beg and to expect that change or solutions come from somewhere else. Mediocrity, poverty, unproductivity has become the norms of the day. What about the women? The Afrokonite woman has been made to believe that her place was in the kitchen. Thus, despite all her God-given potentials, her God-given skills and wisdom, she will not dare to sit in a position of authority. I encourage every Afrokonite to arise and shine. Take up the responsibility to build this great nation. First, we begin at home. Then, we take it to our quarters. And then, to the cities. And finally, to the entire country. Bit by bit, step after step. For in each and every one of us lies the potential to build this great nation, each one according to their God-given gift. If you are the fish, there's no need going to school to learn how to swim. I give you authority and power this day that you go swim and possess the oceans. And if you are the bird, why go to school to learn how to fly? I order you this day to go fly and have dominion over the air. And if you are the tree, stay connected to the soil. Have dominion over the ground. Dear Afrokonite, we are responsible for the building of this nation. We are responsible that this country maintains its peace and its order. We will build Afrokons together and make it great again. Men and women, young and old, able and disabled, for together we are strong. Long live Afrokons. God bless Afrokonites.